Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm here with Martin for your first watch along, your first Villa Park pod watch along of this Premier League season. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us march on to 10,000 subscribers. That is the goal for this season. We are very, very close to 7,500. I think we're about 40 away or something, Martin. So very close to another landmark, but we want to hit 10k this season and then go beyond that. But we are here. First Premier League game of the season for Aston Villa, Martin. Before we get into kind of previewing the game, team lineup, score prediction, and then obviously into the commentary. Bit of a nice day yesterday for the Premier League. Well, Arsenal opened up with a comfortable victory against Coventry, but yesterday, you can't help but laugh a little bit about Manchester United and Tottenham, especially with, all the pundits and all of the so-called experts, claiming how brilliant they were going to be. And they might well turn out to be, but it was just funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just wasn't in the script, was it? The whole, oh yeah, they look brilliant. They've reinvested. They've done this. They've done that. They took Villa's best midfielder and Tottenham are splashing money. And lo and behold, next thing you know, Hull City 2, Man United 0, and Brentford were 2-0 up inside 30 minutes against Tottenham. So has anything changed? Not really, because if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and it sounds like a duck, it's a duck.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, just funny. Obviously, interesting to see Newcastle, Manchester United supporters, showing their feelings about Yuri Tielemans already, which was interesting. All the memes going out and that about him, and yeah, Brentford looked quite tasty yesterday. Good result for Leeds, good result for Everton. But as I say, you can't read too much into the first game of the season. However, if we get the win today with a team that is with a team that is not quite what we expect to be coming through in the next few weeks, we'll be saying, this is it. We're going to win the league.
Just before we get into that, there's obviously been a tweet from London Journal here. Now, I don't know how true this source is, but Al Hilal has submitted an approved bid to sign Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. New offer €60 million, so £51.3 million. Personal terms in place with the 30-year-old and Saudi club, despite new Aston Villa contract offer till 2030. So, don't know how true that is, but time will tell until a more reliable source comes out for that. But sometimes the small sources kind of comes out before the big ones kind of get it. But I surely accept that, to be honest. But just kind of back then to the lineup. Yeah, different lineup. Obviously, we're not really at full strength at the moment, but I kind of trust Unai Emery to get the job done. I feel like Buendia is going to play as a false 9 and drop in deep, collect the ball, let the wingers loose. I know it's not the quickest of pace out wide, but if we can get into smart areas, inside the box or anywhere in the final third, I feel like we'll hurt Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, but like I say, I think it's one of them where if we get the result with this team, we'll be getting carried away already, won't we? It's difficult not to. Man United fans going off on one yesterday after a defeat. Tottenham fans going off on one after a defeat. It's Everton fans, I'm sure, are saying, "Oh, we've got a chance of finishing in the Champions League." I heard the match of the day talking about Brentford, after demolishing Tottenham, about could they go in the top 4 and stuff. It's everyone sort of talking about. You get carried away, don't you? Either way, on a result, you get carried away. You can't help it.
Well, this is it, Rich, because it's the same old cliche every year. Oh, Aston Villa's going to fall down the table now. Like, they can't really keep this good form up. And it's definitely going to be said again for the fact that, we've probably sold pretty much all our best players and rebuilding the squad, and they're all saying the same thing again. But I think they all kind of still forget of who the manager is. This manager, I wouldn't say now was overachieve. It's more of an expectancy as to where we're going to finish, what can we do in cup competitions, and that is more or less so important to me anyway, that we continue this momentum for ourselves. And this rebuild is going to be a test for Unai Emery. Now, is it going to hit the ground running? Who knows? It might take a bit of time to gel, and if it does, then so be it. But if we do hit the ground running, yes, then there's plenty to be excited about. I feel like we'll still be top four regardless for me. But like I say, I just think that a lot of people are writing us off, and you should never write us off. It's just that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I never get sentimental about players, not since Jack Grealish left. And if the money's right, get them gone. I don't care really. It doesn't bother me. You know, football teams evolve, football teams move on. Players don't care about the club as
yeah, exactly.
Like
it's all about just getting the right replacement in, really.
You know,
isn't
it is what it is. Like, I don't understand all this kind of. I know the journalists and the press have to make a story out of it, but I don't understand this whole point of like selling players and crisis if you're selling players. Like, that's the life cycle of a football club. Like, that's how it works. You know, Manchester City have sold a lot of their players, or that seems fine. Or Chelsea sell a lot of their players. That always seems fine. But when Villa do it, or when Newcastle do it, it's like it's a crisis. I just don't understand that. Like, who isn't going to accept 117 million for Morgan Rogers? Who in their right mind wouldn't accept that? It's just a ridiculous statement. If Ollie Watkins goes for £52 million, like, that's a great deal. We signed him for 30 odd million. We've had 6 years out of him, and we've sold him for more than what we bought him. It's a business at the end of the day. I don't get this whole like, oh, Villa are in crisis and all this because they're selling the best players. Like, you could argue that some of our best players are still at the club. You know,
yeah.
We've still got Boubacar Kamara. We've still got John McGinn. We've still got Pau Torres. I don't get all this doom and gloom.
Yeah, no, 100%. I fully agree. And we still have the likes of Matty Cash and Martinez here at the moment. Whether he stays or not remains to be seen. Obviously, but he's not in the squad today. But in saying that, I'm in full agreement with you. We still kind of have somewhat of a spine to our team. We didn't completely just reset altogether. But I feel like we're going to be fine. And this is the thing as well, like you say about the business and selling players at the right price. When you think about Ollie Watkins, where if we do sell him for £52 million, we probably look at it, it's actually more than a 20 million profit, because we've obviously had the amortized fees, so they're probably all gone by now. So whatever we do sell him for, it's going to be more than £20 million profit. So like, we're kind of sitting on a larger profit there, and maybe similar to Tielemans, if not more. So I just kind of feel like you're right. Like, the squad was aging, and we were asking for it for pretty much 2 years. Oldest squad in the league. Oh, we need to get this age down. And sometimes to do that, you have to sell the older players. You're not going to just go ahead and sign 16, 17-year-olds and have them sit in the bench just to kind of have the age down. It doesn't work like that. So we need to have the energy in the squad. And it wasn't that it was gone, the energy in the squad that was here last year, but it felt like at certain times legs were very leggy, and we didn't look flexible or mobile enough to get that extra yard. And hopefully with this new squad, and whatever the squad is after deadline day, can lead up to the task.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. We won't keep harping on about the point, but I do totally agree. You know, there was many times last season when we were kind of pleading with Villa to take it up a notch, or, you know, get into that next gear, and for whatever reason, it was instruction from the manager to kind of keep at a level so that they could maintain it throughout the season, or it was you know, the fitness of the players, or whatever it was, the condition of the players. You're hoping that with a younger, more vibrant team, you might be able to. Yes, it might be slightly more naive, slightly less experienced, but you can make up for that with enthusiasm, with drive, with desire. So, you know, we'll wait and see. But let's take a look at the team today. In terms of what we're going with, because as we talked about, Watkins not in the squad, and Martinez not in the squad, and then we've obviously integrating some of our new players who none of them are playing at the moment, other than Gomez, who's been throughout the full preseason. So that's a big boost that Gomez is back in. But also, pointing to George Hemmings, he's been a standout performer in pre-season. There's Luca Lynch on the bench, there's Bradley Burrows on the bench, there's Tristan Rowe on the bench as well, which is great. And we've been crying out again for younger players to get an opportunity under Unai Emery. And I've been saying, pundits will laud these teams, the Arsenals of this world and the Man Uniteds of this world, when a player comes through from their academy and comes into the first team. We hear about Max Dowman every week, or we hear about Mars Lewis-Skelly every year, and then, but when an Aston Villa or whoever wants to put a younger player in, it's like, oh, they must be down to the bare bones. It's like, well, hang on a minute, we're talking about a top class player here in George Hemmings, so a great opportunity for him, and potentially one or two of the other younger players who, let's not forget, won the FA Premier League under 18s or under 20s, and won the Youth Cup, got really far in the Champions League under 19. So, they're no mugs either.
No, absolutely not. And it's good to see that, we have some young players being bled into the squad. And I feel like as well, what would be on their side is the fact that the media won't hype our academy players up, so I feel like there won't be as much pressure on these players to interject themselves, like Jacob Ramsey had done, Jack Grealish, obviously Gareth Barry, who came through our academy as well. Other players, like, I know Majo is not one of our academy players, but he's kind of busted onto the scene, and he hasn't really been spoken about too much from outside of an Aston Villa perspective. George Hemmings, who's performed really well in pre-season this year, Luca Lynch, Burrows. So it feels like they won't have as much pressure. It's not to say they won't have pressure to try and stay in the team. Of course, they'll have to be hungry enough to stay in the team. But when it comes to a media standpoint, in terms of anyone who's not in the typical Sky 6, they won't have that spotlight, limelight, right? I can just concentrate on my football. I can just do whatever I have to do. Be hungry to stay in this team, and this is where I want to be. And they won't have the pressure of media on top of them either. And I feel like that will go in their way.
Yeah. Well, I do agree with Davies. We are down to the bare bones. I do agree with that. But however, it's another opportunity for some of these younger players to show what they can do. And it's difficult not to get hyped up about younger players. We all want them to improve, and we all want them to achieve. And like I say, when Arsenal talk about Max Dowman, or when they talk about Mars Lewis-Skelly, what's to say that George Hemmings isn't as good as those players? You can tell. I don't know. Right? I haven't seen anything particularly impressive in Lewis-Skelly or Dowman, but everyone seems to rave about them. That's just my opinion. But I've seen things that Hemmings can do that's better than them. But I've seen things that Gimo Aloba was doing last season that was better than them. But it just baffles me as to why we seem to think that they can't come through. And I know that the jump from academy football to Premier League is ridiculous. I totally understand that. But if you're not given the opportunity, then you're never going to know, are you? So it's a good thing. Quick look at the Brighton team. Again, they're probably going through a little bit of a situation. Balaba's gone from them, and it looks like Minte is on the verge of a move. I think he's injured anyway. I don't know if this is done in position order, but Jorginho, Ruter, it's not, definitely not. Ruter's their main sort of source of goals at the moment, and then they've got De Kuyper in wide areas. But we know that they'll be well drilled, well organised. It doesn't necessarily matter who's in the Brighton team, because they play to a system similar to in similar ways to Aston Villa in a lot of ways. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting situation for them. Maybe them as a supporter base are more used to this and more relaxed about this, because they sell their players all the time. So maybe they're used to this kind of flux that goes through their team. That might be a situation. Maybe their supporter base are much more relaxed to it.
Yeah, could do. But I feel like even with what they have and what we have, I feel like we might have just a little bit too much. And I think we'll win this one by just the one goal. It will be a close game. It won't be a complete dominant game for this one, because we always have a tough game against Brighton away. So I feel like there's going to be a goal in it, and I feel like it's going to be Brighton 0, Aston Villa 1, and a goal scorer will be. I'm going to go with a Ross Barkley goal.
Nice. We are doing a watch along, mate. I'm going to pull up the screen in a minute. I've got the teams just coming out now, and the ref is just picking the ball up.
Right. I've got the Brighton lineup coming on in a minute. So as soon as I see the seconds on the screen, I'll pause it, and then you just let me know when you're on time.
Just a couple of other predictions. Giggs, another Villa podcast, says 2-1 Villa win. Barkley at the double. I think Ange was saying that she was very, very confident. She's very excited. Come on, you Villa boys. Rich is in the warehouse watching it as well, which is great as well. Daz says he thinks Villa will win 3-1. So very positive there. I actually said 2-1 to Villa. Who else have we got who's got a prediction in? Anyone else? Anyone else get your predictions in, and we'll read them out before we go into the game. I will just get myself set up while we're waiting for that. I was quite prepared this afternoon, so everything worked pretty well this afternoon. Cat Cannon says Buendia in at 1-0. Stephen says 3-1 Villa, Buendia, Barkley, and McGinn. And obviously it's gonna be interesting. The Brighton team is coming up on my screen. It's going to be interesting how this movement works. You know, if we're playing a false 9, if we're playing Barkley up top or Buendia up top, it's going to be interesting to see how the movements work. You know, are Hemmings and McGinn going to get beyond whoever's getting the ball through the middle? Are we going to get midfield runners from deep? You know, sometimes playing that formation can, you know, really confuse the opposition. But then on the flip side, if you haven't got a focal point, a lot of times that can mean that you lose possession. So it's going to be interesting how that balances up.
Yeah, you become very predictable in a sense then if you don't have the movement. And I feel like we're going to get a lot of low back post crosses, maybe even back to the penalty area as well. I don't think we're going to have someone who's going to be an out-and-out staying there as a 9. So I feel like it's going to be a lot of crosses into the back post and low crosses as well, because it's still not exactly the tallest team in the front three either.
No, a couple more scores coming in. Davey says, here we go again, boys. Up the Villa, 2-0 to Villa. Peter, who is out in Fresno, California, says 2-1 Villa. And Terry, there's only one Terry Turner, says 2-0 Villa.
The game has started for me here, so I'm just going to wait for the time clock to come up.
Great stuff. Just while we've got a Brighton fan in here, says 3-1 Brighton. Just to remind our, please no spoilers in the chat. We'll probably be about a minute or so behind, maybe 45 seconds or so behind. Okay. So please no spoilers.
I'm on 19 seconds now, Rich, for whenever you come.
Brilliant. And no spoilers, please. And do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We're very close to 7,500 subscribers. So I'd love to get that done today. And help spread the word of the channel, and keep your comments coming in. We'll try and do as many as we can while we are providing the commentary. Just a little focus there on Emi Buendia. 11 goals, 9 assists in all competitions last season. That away kit's amazing, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. It's actually really nice with the white shorts as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Unai Emery lost one of his previous 10 games as coach against Hull. Hertzler gone for the bold look. All right, so we're just about to kick off, and we're off. And you said 19 seconds.
Yeah.
You're going to go.
It should be when Matty catches a throw in.
Yeah, it's gone up for a throw.
Yeah, so just one screen comes up.
Seconds. Yeah, we're on.
Hey.
Okay, and nicely ball out wide to Maatsen. Couldn't quite take it in his stride, but he holds it up and then goes back to Gomez. It's great to see Gomez in the starting lineup. We did have a little hint that he would be fit, but it is really good to see him involved. And Marco Bizot in goal. He's done very well. And when he's deputised in the past, this time he's deputising for Zion Suzuki. Oh, lovely little flick. And
Well
Matson's
done.
through.
Go on. Bomb it.
Bombing down the left-hand side. Crosses, low
Early.
cross, and it's put over. And it's out for a corner to Villa.
Well done.
Already you can
Well
see
done.
the pace of Villa. Who was it that played that little flick?
Buendia, I believe.
That's a beautiful flick. And there's 3 players in the box, Barkley, McGinn, and Hemmings. So that's a good sign. Be interested to see how long Barkley can manage, because obviously he's brilliant for about 60, 65 minutes, isn't he?
Yeah, up top as well, if by the looks of it. And if he does put in a bit of a shift there, then fair play. But I can't really see him playing for any longer than 60.
Nah. Corner, Barkley to take it. Puts a low one in. Drops back to the edge of the box to McGinn. Wasn't quite choreographed quite correctly, but it's still with Barkley on the left-hand side. Back to Matson. Matson to McGinn. McGinn goes down. Still got it. Still battling for it, and he keeps possession and goes back to Lindelof.
I felt that was a foul there.
Yeah, I think McGinn thought it was as well, didn't he? Matson now. Matson's seen a lot of this ball, which is good. To Kamara. Kamara back to Lindelof. Lindelof into Barkley, who does a little Cruyff, looking for a free kick, and he gets it.
There we go. We gets it finally. Taking his time, this ref with these decisions.
He is. And it's interesting because I don't think Brighton have touched the ball inside the first 2.5 minutes, Martin. Great start from Villa.
Yeah, it's a very good start from Villa. Very lively. So hopefully we can keep it up. If we can get an early goal, that would be nice too.
It would be. Gomez to Pau. Back to Lindelof. Out to Matty Cash, who lets it run. Just about keeps it in and plays it up to John McGinn. This is where you probably need someone getting in behind, because otherwise you're gonna squeeze the pitch. Good battling by Gomez, wins it back. Can you get someone in behind, because there's not a lot of pace? Finds McGinn. McGinn jinks past the Brighton defender. He's still going. Gets another free kick for Villa. That's Ayari with the foul.
It looks like
that's the only thing we're winning the ball back in midfield, which is great, but who's gonna make the run for the through ball?
Yeah, that's just the only thing. We don't have that out and out number 9 that can have that instinct to go in behind the defense, and it looks like that might be a bit of a struggle today for Villa. But if we can kind of keep up our midfield battles and keep up into key areas, I feel like we'll be okay.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a striker. So we haven't really got any pace in the wings, obviously, other than Matson. Shot by Buendia, can't keep it down. But decent ball in. And a decent start for Villa. They seem like they're in tune with each other. They seem like they know how to play this formation. But
yes, they probably had a few weeks at it, I'd say, to prepare for this one, just because of maybe the situation that's gone on with players leaving and everything else. So it looks lively and looks very routined.
Good stuff. Oh, Villa, pick it up. Buendia. Oh, it's put it wide. He didn't get hold of the shot. I don't know what happened there. I
felt like he could have gotten another touch, even just to bring himself inside. It didn't look like he was under too much pressure.
Just went to pass it out wide, and then complete giveaway by Ayari, and then Buendia just didn't get hold of it with his left foot, did he?
No, I felt like he could have got himself an extra touch to make the angle a bit better, but just kind of went for first time. And I don't blame him, but he had all the time in the world.
Once again, Brighton trying to play out from the back, and they do make mistakes. They do give you chances, and that was a massive chance for Villa to get off to the best start. Emi Buendia just not with his shooting boots on right there, but Villa win it back again. Can't quite pounce on it, but Hemmings and Gomez doing really well. And at the minute, Brighton's struggling to get any possession. Long ball forward, and that's gone straight out of play. And that'll be a goal kick to Villa. But Ayari's looking a little bit nervous there.
Yeah.
See this again. So the keeper goes out wide to Dunk. Dunk plays it inside to Ayari. His first touch is poor. He tries to go back to Dunk, and Buendia.
You feel like Buendia probably should have took a touch there.
He should have. He just didn't get enough curl on the shot, did he?
No, he didn't even get his foot around it.
Long ball forward from Bezat. McGinn heads it down to Barkley, out to Cash now. Cash coming forward. He just checks back, plays to Kamara, into Barkley. Barkley just settling it down, giving him a lot of space. Clips the ball over the top, looking for Buendia. Brought down beautifully. He's in the box. Hits the shot, and it's again just over the bar. That's a brilliant move from
playing
Villa.
A false 9 role then.
Well, Barkley dropped off into the space, and then Buendia was running beyond him, and he struck that really nicely. I don't know. Did that take a deflection? No. He got hold of it nicely, but it's lovely play. And again, Villa putting the pressure on, but Brighton this time managed to go back to the keeper. Yeah, and he does look bright. He does. Yeah, if you've got to score in this spell, though, haven't you? First 10 minutes.
Yeah, you do. You really do. If you don't, we could get punished for it. 71% possession.
Yeah. So Brighton this time just trying to get hold of the ball a little bit, playing it inside their own half. Now they play out wide, go back into their own half again. Just trying to get hold of the ball here. Unai just keeping the team organised, and Maatsen steps in really well and wins the throw into Villa. The minute Brighton really struggling to figure out how to get through. Maatsen goes all the way back to Pau Torres. Torres with a terrible pass. And it's
lucky.
Oh my word. After playing so well for the first 7 or 8 minutes, the throw-in for Maatsen was strange, very, very bizarre. Goes all the way back to Pau Torres, who's put under a hell of a lot of pressure. He tries to go across to Bezat. Or I can't remember if he goes across but he gives the ball away. Striker hits the shot. It bounces off the post and off Lindelof and into the net. Shocker of a goal. I mean, Maatsen, that's a terrible decision to throw it all that way. Torres is too casual. Straight to De Kuyper. He goes round Bezat and then it hits the post and hits Lindelof. That's an own goal, Lindelof, isn't it?
Lindelof is hardly unfortunate there. But everything before that was just absolutely horrible decision after decision, and ultimately leads to a Brighton goal.
How can you just the decision making there? I mean, the throw-in first of all, just so stupid to throw it that far and that deep. Then Torres to leave it, and then to play it a blind pass across.
Gomez going to get booked. They're looking for a yellow.
Who's got a yellow? Gomez.
Yeah, because he was asking for a yellow card. Can't ask for a yellow card, so we got booked.
We need to keep our heads here.
Yeah, he was asking for a card, and then he realised he shouldn't have done it.
After such a positive start, Martin.
Yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it? You do really well, 70% possession, really getting the chances, pressing them up high, and then just a few poor decisions ultimately cost you, and that's what can happen. And we now have to kind of one hand behind our back here now, and then we have to kind of go at it.
I don't know if Gross got a yellow card there. Bezat drops it into Gomez again. He's battling really well. Nice ball into Kamara. Kamara puts his leg in there and he's fouled by Ayari, and he didn't look to go down very well there either. That's a yellow card to Ayari. I don't know if Kamara's hurt here, mate. Oh, his knee went there.
Horrible tackle.
Fell on the back of his leg.
Hopefully he's okay. It just seems like Kamara's unlucky for getting these nasty tackles.
He is. It's the way he steps his leg across.
Yeah. Well, he looks okay. He seems to be soldiering on.
Ball over the top, looking for Hemmings. Brings it down beautifully. He's in
Great
behind.
thought.
Hemmings. Oh, just
Unlucky.
couldn't play the reverse pass. Kamara picks it up. Drops it back to Pau Torres. Villa just need to get their composure back here. It's just this. There's no. If they let us play and play through, we'll be fine. But we've got no. This is the problem with the false nine situation. You've got no out ball.
Yeah. Oh.
All over top looking for Buendia. But he's fouled
no need for that. No need for that. Wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get it anyway.
No, so there was no need to even do that little push.
No.
Like, just kind of, if he's taking a poor touch, just kind of stay on the back of him. There's no need to touch him. Pascal Gross got a yellow card.
I thought he did. So that's two Brighton players on the yellow.
Yeah.
Cutting edge, that's the word that two words I'm thinking of. It's the approach play looks absolutely fine, but have we got the cutting edge? You know, now Brighton are 1-0 up, they don't really have to do anything.
No, they can kind of just
forward
keep it solid.
Switch the play. I've got a bit of space here. Played out wide. Matson facing it up, he blocks it. Picked up again by Brighton, just on there. Just outside the box. Playing with a little bit more confidence now, Brighton. Dunk. Such a poor goal to concede, man. Especially after starting so well.
Yeah, brilliant start. And then poor decision from a throw in, poor decision from the pass for being casual. And then can't really fault Lindelof at all. He was just unlucky, wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, you can't blame Lindelof. And I don't know. I'd need to see it again for Bizot. Was he a little bit sluggish? Was he caught in no man's land? I don't know.
Well, he had the angle there, but Pau Torres clearly wasn't looking, and Pau Torres was the one to put it into no man's land, unfortunately.
Hemmings picks it up, plays it across to Kamara, does well. Barkley now battling for it, but it's too tight in there.
Oh, Jesus, Gomez, be careful. You're on a yellow, mate.
Was that a Gomez foul, was it?
Yeah. He needs to be careful here.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure he actually touched him, to be honest, but yes, he does. No, he does. Yeah, he does definitely have to be careful, though. I mean, they don't have to jump up in the air. I know Villa players do it, but they make sure they get the foul, don't they?
Absolutely. And then there's the debate of whether they should have the second yellow. Unai Emery's telling her to sit down and calm down.
I know. Asking for a red card after 14 minutes is pretty shocking behaviour, to be honest.
Yeah.
Free kick to Brighton into the 15th minute, 1-0. Lindelof own goal. And that's gone out harmlessly for a throw-in. I mean, the frustrating thing as well is Brighton haven't really strung more than 3 passes together all game.
No, that's the thing as well.
Seems to be a bit of hostility on the touchline. Barkley gets the free
Pushing
kick.
it back. Thank you very much.
Bit of a focus there on Gomez. Obviously, they're looking at whether he should have had another yellow, but that's not a yellow card. I mean, it's a silly one that he got the booking for. Silly one.
Yeah.
But Buendia looking for a free kick. Well, he's not going to get that. The problem is as well is what I know I'm talking in the side into the 16th minute, but what changes can be made to give yourself something else up front? You've got Alisson, you've got Garnacho. That's really it, isn't it?
Yeah, the only one I can kind of really go with it probably would be Allison, just for that bit of pace up top.
All over the top, looking for the run of the forward of Rutter, but Lindelof does really well, and then the linesman does give offside. I actually didn't think he was offside, to be honest with you, but I thought he might have been playing him on there. Oh no, he's comfortably offside. So why doesn't the linesman just give offside there? You know, someone could have got injured here. I know we keep saying it all the time, but someone could have got injured. Right, Barkley, nice little ball into Gomez. Gomez steps in really well. He's still going. He's got McGinn out wide. He's still going forward. Drops it to McGinn. McGinn can't get it out of his feet. Hits the shot. Oh, and it's over. Couldn't get it on target. Again, great play from João Gomez, and he did tee up. Was it Hemmings or Gomez? Gomez, yeah, definitely. Gomez striding through. The defender did well actually to not give him the option, but he tees up McGinn well. But McGinn's first touch isn't the best, and then he was taking too many touches then and couldn't get the power on the power. He got the power but couldn't get the direction on the shot. But still positive from Villa. Long ball forward. Villa looking for offside again. Rutter's coming through. Faced up by Pau Torres. He's gone past him. And it's another goal. Oh, my word. Game over. Game over. This time it's De Kuiper with the goal. And that's terrible defending. Absolutely shocking defending. Shocking defending.
Is there an offside here? That's the only question.
No. Cash is playing him on.
Keeping him on side again. Jesus, our line is as straight as a roundabout.
It's just terrible defending. It's diving in. Slow. Oh, that's poor. That's poor.
Poor from the centre half and Matson there, not even to pick up the runner.
Yeah. Low ball across, driven. No desire. Barkley trying to run through, but it's kept from going out for a corner. And inside 20 minutes, Aston Villa find themselves 2-0 down. And in the past, we've been 2-0 down, and we've managed to come back. But unfortunately, with the lack of striking options, I really can't see it today. I really can't see it. Approach play and desire seems fine, but ruthlessness, cutting edge, and organisation at the back just doesn't seem to be there today.
No, we just feel a bit short, and we shouldn't have been short going into the season.
Yeah, shell shocked at that point. That goal. McGinn giving it away. Brighton will be got their tails up now. They'll be striding forward, and my worry was that you haven't got a threat in behind. The opposition can close it right up, and then they can penetrate with a long ball. And we haven't got anything going in behind. We haven't got any threat going in behind. And we needed to score in our little spell. And Buendia had that chance, mate. Buendia had the golden chance.
He had a few chances, to be fair.
This is going to be a tough old day now. And my other thing is, and look, don't get me wrong, McGinn is fine out in that position. Is that another foul by Gomez? Oh no, Torres.
No, Torres.
Torres. My other thing with McGinn out in that wide position, if we don't get him the ball enough, he's just wasted out there.
Yeah. Kind of needs to be inside in the thick of it, doesn't he?
But yeah, Brighton now playing with a bit of a swagger. And they haven't had to work for the goals. I mean, the first goal was an absolute farce. Second goal, one long ball. Poor defending from Pau Torres. De Kuiper now. Clipped in. Headed away by Gomez. Brought down by Dunk.
Offside, ref.
Yeah, offside. Villa survived that. But at the minute, we look penned in at the minute.
I think ever since we went 1-0 down, our heads kind of dropped.
Worse than Spurs yesterday. Certainly in the sense of organisation defending, I think we're better going forward than Tottenham were yesterday. But yeah, just need to sort out. Yeah, Kamara's been quiet.
Yeah. It just feels like because we've no real options out wide. It feels like we've no options out wide or up top, so it just kind of feels like we're doing everything right in midfield. But when we just get into that final third, we just don't have that cutting edge, as you say, Rich.
Yeah, that's always the risk when you don't play with a recognised forward. Yes, you can battle through in midfield, but ultimately, if you haven't got anything as a threat, then the other team will know that, and then they will just they'll gamble, they'll take a risk on keeping someone further forward because they don't need to have anyone back because there's no one that's going to threaten you.
Yeah,
Hemmings loses out there, but Pau Torres does well to win it back. Then he gives it away totally casually, and Bizot has to tip it over the bar from Georgiano Rutter. I mean, I don't know what Torres is on at the minute. He wins the ball here, and then he just totally just so casual.
Yeah, we're trying to go 100 miles an hour here.
Decent save from Bizot, but it was straight down his throat. It was a corner to defend here, and we're only halfway through the first half. De Kuiper swings it in. Oh, it's headed back. Oh, just about cleared by Matson. Bizot was nowhere. Headed up in the air. Torres heads it back up in the air. Barkley trying to battle for it, but he loses out. And Brighton pick it back up again. And this is in danger of becoming just an easy game for Brighton at the moment.
Brighton's really grown into this game.
Gross against Hemmings. Loses out. Rutter's getting into the box. Gomez wins it back. Cross back in. Just about cleared. Buendia then gets the foul for Villa. Does well. We desperately need something to cling onto to get us back into this game, Martin.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't even know what the options are. I mean, it's like we've made a risk with this lineup. I feel like even though the midfield and back line you could say is fine, but front three, I know Watkins is not in the squad. Maybe he's head obviously somewhere else, but I really would have put him in there just to have that natural instinct up top.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got to move on from Watkins because he ain't here, and he wouldn't have been anywhere near fit enough to play, to be honest. It's more. What can we do with getting a chance? You know, just something to cling on to, just a set piece or something, just to get us back into this game. just something to cling on to going into half time, because at the moment, it's barring that first 10 to 15 minutes, we're absolutely toothless now, because, as I say, we've got Brighton have seen what we've had to throw at them. We haven't got anything to throw at them. So now they can play at will. They can move forward at will. They don't have to worry about us in attack because we can't do anything. They're 2-0 up. I mean, the game's over as far as I'm concerned, unless we can do something that is slightly different.
Feels like a change will have to be needed at half time, but where can you make it? Probably out on the wing, put Allison on the right, probably or even put him up top, take Barkley off, just to have someone running behind. I feel like Allison will do that.
Yeah.
I don't know where else we can make a change. Maybe Luca Lynch even come on the wing.
Possibly. We need to look at trying to get McGinn somewhere back in the middle. Because if you bring Allison on the right and get McGinn back in the middle, it's just somehow, because McGinn's just wasted. He hasn't touched the ball in about 15 minutes. Cash coming forward, then he plays to McGinn, but McGinn's got his back to goal. He's got no one really to pass to. Has to go back to Lindelof. Kamara's anonymous at the minute. I mean, I know people are talking about Hemmings, but where's Kamara? Where's McGinn? These are the leaders. These are the players who should be helping Hemmings get through the game.
It's just a depletion at this minute. You can feel probably the soul that'll be sucked out of the Villa fans that are in there, I'd say, at the moment too.
Yeah, it's also the fact that they played so well in the first 10 minutes or so, and we just gifted the goal. That's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, it felt like the heads dropped. We were on top for the first 10 minutes or so, and even there's a stat. Brighton has won possession 4 times in our final third, so it goes to show that we're pretty lackluster with the ball and in that area when we shouldn't be.
Well, that's got nothing to do with formation or players lost or anything. That's just poor mistakes.
Yeah.
You can't, like, Pau Torres is an experienced Premier League player. He's given the ball away 3 times. Brighton coming forward. It's on the right-hand side. Jinks past Hemmings. Tries a little outside the foot pass, but it's out of play by Gomez. And the other frustrating thing is I don't think Brighton have actually played very well.
No, we just kind of gifted them chances and they've punished us for it.
Kamara just seems to be strolling around at the minute.
Everybody is now at the moment, not just Kamara.
Clip ball out wide.
Switch.
Great pass. Cash not out quick enough. Crosses into the box, headed down, and it's another goal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hinchelwood. Well, all that optimism. All that optimism is gone. Three 0 down inside half an hour. Crossfield pass, brilliant crossfield pass, but Cash nowhere near out quick enough. Cross comes in, headed down, back across goal, and an easy header in. De Kuiper with the cross. Gomez heads it back across, and Hinchelwood with an easy header just into the goal. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Oh my God. Word.
Oh my Jesus.
4-0. Villa fans going already.
I swear to God, if we don't get players in before Arsenal next week, we are. I can't even say the word I want to say.
This is horrendous.
I mean, what are they looking for?
Horrendous. I have no idea what is going on right now.
Oh, he's looking for a foul. A foul there on Gomez. Is that what they're looking for?
Oh, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it hasn't been given. The goal's being given. Oh, what can you do? What can you do?
This is just embarrassing. We should not have been short going into the first day of the season. These signings and replacements should have been here on the first day, ready to go. But no. Too slow to everything. Even signings.
McGinn, yellow card. It's the worst half in football I think I've seen in a long time. It's got a tinge of the Bournemouth away, first game of the season under Gerrard. And then I know that was 2-0.
Mm.
I can't be getting annoyed at Brighton.
Unai is on a mad one.
I know he doesn't like Hertzler. Does not like him. This could be 5-0 here. This is. I don't even know what to say, Martin. I don't even know what to say, mate. I'm trying to commentate on the game, but I don't know what to say.
I'm getting a lot of text messages here from people I haven't even spoken to in about 2 or 3 months saying what is going on with Aston Villa. And to tell you the truth, lads, I don't even know. I may as well be Stevie Wonder. He'll probably tell me what's going on. I mean, the back line is as straight as a roundabout when we're trying to catch people offside. Midfield is not showing enough bite. Can't wait for Goretzka to kind of come in and hopefully his experience can help us. And I swear to God, the next day or two, we better have some serious announcements because this team is seriously short.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep saying it, but
like we shouldn't have been going
short. The risk is when you know we're trying to dress it up as playing a false nine and this and that. But
go in the Man City Bournemouth game.
Yeah, Bournemouth are winning, I think.
Yeah,
this is the risk though. If you play it, if you have a situation where you've got this false nine or whatever, right? And you don't do anything with that extra man in midfield or with the movement, then the other team just know that you've got nothing in behind, you've got no focal point, you've got no one to hit. So they can just keep coming forward.
You just become predictable.
There's literally nothing that they need to do.
Yeah, you lose midfield battles, and that's one thing you really don't want to do.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think of anyone who he could have played up front.
Alisson is the only one. I mean, like, I'm looking at, like, if I get the lineup here and see our bench,
Kamara picks it up midway through inside the Brighton half. Torres is coming forward now, plays to Buendia, drops it back. I mean, we might as well just try and at least have a shot. 4-0 down, boys. Four 0 down with Arsenal to come. Who have we got on the bench? Ruggieri.
I'm getting up now. Here we go. So on the bench is Suzuki, Mings, Ruggieri, Garnacho, Bogard, Rowe, Allison, Burrows, Lynch. So maybe a Garnacho and an Allison, but is that realistically going to help us?
Yeah, there's no physicality. Is Mings on the bench?
Yeah, Mings on the bench.
Put Mings up front. I mean, heads have just gone down here. Gomez has got to watch out. He's coming through now. He's got no one to pass to. No one to pass to. And he just hacked someone down. Torres puts it back to Beezer, who blasts it forward. I think Gomez could be in trouble here, you know.
Yeah.
Gone out for a goal kick.
We need a big second half. Just something like that. just to make a statement. Just to make a statement at least. Just don't lose the second half is what I say.
The game is over.
It's not over till the final whistle blows, Rich, but it certainly feels like it's over.
He could be off here.
Not really. It's more of a coming together.
Nah,
Like
he's put his studs into his chest. He's off. He's 100% sent off here. He's off.
I don't know. The legs come together. No. Play on, says the referee. Oh no, he's on the VAR.
He's off.
Oh,
I told you he's kicked him in the chest. He's gone. Like Gomez has been way too over the top.
Yeah, he has done kick, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been way too over the top ever since that pullback.
Yeah, he's kicked him. Oh my god.
He's off. See ya.
There we go.
Nightmare, absolute nightmare league debut for Villa. Nightmare. And he's played so well in pre-season. That'll be a straight red as well.
Yeah, it's a second yellow. But
no,
given a red.
Straight red. 3-game ban.
Goretzka and Kamara to start next week, so hopefully.
Look, the game's going on now, mate. We're 4-0 down. Can't talk about next week.
Well, everybody's leaving, so they're thinking about next week.
Yeah, Cat, I know. But that's why we say no spoilers in the chat. Yeah, Gomez will be out for 3 matches, guys. 3 matches. And the worst part of it is that all week it'll be can't sell your best players. You can't let these players go. Rah, 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 rah. they've proved it's proved them right for now. It's proved them right.
It's only proved them right because we didn't do enough business before coming to this game. Like, we should have had at least, say, maybe one more body to come in, but not when you need now another midfielder. You need a striker, you need a winger, a centre back, like crucial positions, and we've let ourselves short, and it's clearly shown here.
This is gonna be scary. This is going to be scary. There's another goal here. We're all over the place.
Like,
gone wide.
Halftime can't come quick enough.
3 minutes to go. Yeah. That is probably the worst league debut for a club I've seen in a long time.
The worst opening day I've seen from us in a long
No,
time.
I mean for Gomez. Sent off inside 35 minutes after being 4-0 down. We need some people to step up here. I don't like just some character, just some leadership.
And it goes to show what a miss Onana is as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't overstate enough how important it is to have a centre forward. Oh, it's just wide. You have to have a forward player. You can't operate without a forward player. If you're Man City in the Pep era, and you've got false nine, but you've got De Bruyne, you've got Foden, you've got this player, you've got that player. You can do it because you've got 90. You've got 75% of the ball, but we haven't.
Like, we're just giving their Rutter like.
Oh, here we go. Oh, great block.
Oh my god,
this is horrendous. This is horrendous.
I've seen more crack at a funeral.
This is horrendous. I mean, this is what it's going to be in the second half, though.
Yeah.
Because we've got 10 men.
You can just tell a bollocking is going to come from Unai Emery.
I mean, I'm not going to get too over the top, but it's just such a poor performance. And I know last season we were terrible for the first 5 games. We were.
Like, what?
Word.
Lads. Jesus.
No, where's the talking, though? Where's the shouting? Who's giving someone? What's Kamara doing there? Ball just hit him on the head. It's a good save in the end. I mean, would it have been bad to? I'll save a question for halftime. This is a big question for halftime, but would it have been so bad to start Ruggieri, Wan-Bissaka, Suzuki?
No, I don't.
Would that have been bad?
No, personally, I don't think it would have been. I felt like Wan-Bissaka and Ruggieri would have been dropped a bit deeper and probably would have covered areas. Zion, Suzuki should have started, in my opinion. Nothing against Bizot, but I just felt like maybe a safer pair of hands would have been nicer.
Well, just a bit of freshness as well. Players who, people who want to perform. It would have just been, I don't know, would have given people a lift. Even a Garnacho.
I just don't know where it's going to come from, Rich. Like I know I keep saying it, but we just really left ourselves short in the first day. We shouldn't have been. We shouldn't have done that.
What position are you talking about?
Like striker, winger, midfielder, centre back. Like literally 3 parts in the middle of the pitch, which is your spine, and then you need a right winger that we've been on about all summer. Like so.
Yeah, the wide position. The winger position. I mean, central midfield and central defense. You wouldn't have moaned at Lindelof and Torres at the start of the game, or
no, you wouldn't, but you would still
Kamara and Gomez. But the wide player and the striking position, I think that's a fair enough shout. I mean, it's the first goal is just criminal. Second goal, poor defending from Torres, who seemed to have.
We switched off.
Sorry.
In the last 2 goals, we just switch off.
Oh yeah. But I mean, once it goes 2-0 down, you've got no striker. It's going to be extremely difficult. I mean, the fourth goal was an absolute joke. And we've literally gifted them 2 goals. The third goal, it was a crossfield ball. You could argue that's not a bad move. The first goal, we totally gifted them. Second goal, he's done well to it's one straight ball. Then he's beaten Torres, all ends up. No desire in the box to get a clearance. But yeah, 2 out of these 4 goals we've completely gifted them. Oh, see, this is the problem with McGinn. He's just wasted in that position. Yeah, in isolation, this performance is awful. Even with these players on the pitch, it's awful. The performance is terrible. And you can't ask for a more nightmarish first half. It's completely ridiculous. In the context of the season, yeah, we can say it's not going to be huge. But this performance is just horrific.
And we still have another half to go.
I mean, someone said there, remove the spine, expect a spineless performance.
I agree with him.
But then are we saying that these players are just, all these players on the pitch are just weak? Is that what we're saying? Like, what are we?
Well, Barkley's not really a starter, so you would turn around and say, like, he's more of an impact player when your legs are a bit tired. Then you look at the back line. Maatsen hasn't been particularly great. It was only great for the first 5-10 minutes. Matty Cash, for some reason, just can't keep a straight line when it comes to our defence. So you just get the feeling that you need to change something up. And Unai really should have just bit the bullet, started Ruggieri. I know Wan-Bissaka wasn't fit. That is what it is. Should have started Zion Suzuki. And with up top, I really would have just thrown Alisson in there just for the sake of having that bit of pace in behind that we can just kind of get runners going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a frustrating one because I don't want to. I'm not going to get carried away. It's more performance-wise for me that's poor. I'm not getting carried away about saying it's relegation and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, what I'm also thinking is that, like, is all of a sudden you start to think about the new signings that have come in. So you're thinking, like, is Suzuki, is Ruggieri, is Wan-Bissaka, is Manzambi, is Goretzka? Is that the answer? Are these going to make the difference? That's what I'm asking myself as well. Like, it's not just it's not just the fact that we've got new signings, and regardless of who's left, regardless of Konsa, Watkins, Rogers, regardless of that, the players that are brought in, are they the answer? Are they going to make the difference? Are they going to that's the risk, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I'm a bit soulless here after that performance. Like, I really just can't believe it. We've not put up a fight since going 1-0 down, head dropped. We've just haven't looked like we're ready. That's just, I can't really. Oh, excuse me, what? We just don't look ready, Rich, and we've left ourselves. And I know I keep saying it, but we've really left ourselves short. Like, we left ourselves short in midfield. We've left ourselves short of. You could say centre back, but then again, you wouldn't be objecting to the Lindelof and Pau Torres for just the one game. We've left ourselves short of a winger, short of a striker. I know whether Ollie Watkins was fit enough or not, but this supposed to think that he was playing with an injury all season last year. Why not throw him in? You know, I mean, I know we were saying we should move past him and everything else, but it's just your first game of the season. We should have brought him back a week early, get his self-fitness up, play this game, and then if he still wants to leave after that, and we're coming out saying we want to keep Watkins, so prove it to us that you want to keep Watkins. Play him today, if that's the case, if we want to keep Watkins.
That's a driving the price up conversation. That my other question, my big question, and this is to people in the chat as well. I know Emery gave it all the big end in the press conference about being really positive, and the lads on the Claret and Blue podcast were like, "Oh, that was genuine. Like, he was genuinely like up for the season and all this kind of stuff." Was that now looking at this and this performance, because he has an inkling that we're undercooked. He knows it, right? He knows it. You can't call a manager as good as Unai Emery and not think he knows that we were undercooked. So was that kind of just sort of putting a brave face on it in the press conference, like just being a bit over the top positive? And if that's the case, is it panic in the background? And is there a risk that Unai Emery goes, "Sod this, I can't be arsed with this"?
There could be that risk unless we make some serious signings that have to match the ambitions of the club. And if we don't do that, you get the feeling that Unai Emery is probably just going to go, you know what, I can't be around for this. And I wouldn't blame him. I personally wouldn't blame him. Everything that he's done for the club, and then all the players coming out wanting to leave, and we're looking for the rebuild. We did too much. Like, Sam even said it, like, there's no problem getting rid of maybe 2-3 players and signing in 3-4 to kind of make up for that number that you've lost. But when you lose Konsa, Tielemans, Rogers, who else is left? Like, Martinez looking to go, Watkins looking to go. Like, it just feels like Digne gone. Like, it just feels like you've lost spine and experience, and we just haven't replaced it straight away. Like, what we should have done is bring players in first, then get rid of these players, and then we can give these players time to gel, go into that first day of the season ready for it. And we just haven't done that. Like, we've not gone out to be proactive in the transfer market. I feel like we've not say, right, we've lost this, look who we're getting now straight away. We did it at left back, goalkeeper, we went for it. But we haven't done enough, in my opinion, in the midfield. I know Goretzka's coming, but we should have done maybe another one there as well. Haven't done enough in the wide department in the last few years, even, because we were crying out for this right winger that we wanted, crying out now for a striker. Like, these are areas where we should have focused. Like, get that front three focused, then go to midfield, then go to defence. And we just haven't done enough of that. And we should have been a bit more proactive. And the fact that we've not been proactive, this is evidence right here. And if Unai Emery doesn't get what he wants in the next few days,
I'm not one for making excuses of FFP and PSR, but that is partly the reason why you can't be like, get the signings in before you sell them and all that kind of stuff. But
well, I'm not looking at PSR.
I do think we have been pretty proactive. Like, we beat Newcastle to man's hand beat. he's obviously injured. We've gone and got a goalkeeper because Martinez was messing around, so we got Suzuki.
But we haven't played him. That's the thing. He's not playing.
Appreciate that. But before the game, we were like, okay, yeah, give Bees a game. Like, it's the player's performance that is the issue here, not this. And you can say Emery's got the selection wrong. What I was going to say was, do you think Unai's written this game off? Do you think he'd written the game off before it?
You could say that, but it'd be a very, very negative way of looking at it. It's only one game, but that one game gives you a statement. Like, it's the first game; it gives you a statement. Like, we're all saying about United and Spurs losing, and look at the statements that are going around. Like, if we're going into this game preparing to lose, that is shocking in my opinion. You should not do that as a manager or a player. Like, you go out to win every game possible. And the fact that we've just been lackluster, we've lost our midfield battles, players walking, and if that's the instruction by the manager, I'll just do this, lads, just until we get a few bodies and next week we'll all be fine. Like, that's wrong. Because what if this game is the difference between 4th to 5th? Or this could be the difference between you've won the league, but you finished second, you lost by a point because you didn't win that first game of the season. Like, the little details become huge details later on. Like, they really do. And we should not have thrown this away. We really shouldn't have.
I agree. I said this last season that I thought that we didn't put it in against Tottenham, and I think that was a partly calculated decision as well. I don't think that Unai would say go out and lose the game or anything like that at all. But just in some of I think he put a brave face on in the press conference about everything being positive and everything being, overtly, like, we're up for the challenge and all this kind of stuff with his body language, and then talked about kind of what's most important to supporters and all that kind of, it's great saying that stuff to the supporters because it lands really well, and it's, oh yeah, rah, 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 and it's kind of like, look at this while forgetting about all this. But I think he's probably said to the players, look, this is going to be a really difficult game. And players aren't stupid, right? They see a formation with no Ollie Watkins, no Brian Maggio, no Tammy Abraham. They know, like, now how are we going to score a goal here? Like, it's in the dressing room, they will be saying, we've got Gaffer, we've got no one going forward. Who's going to score the goals? That's what they'll be saying. So, like, so
it's mentality as well.
Well, yeah. So if you're going into the game before that about, it's going to be difficult, blah blah blah, because that's exactly what I said to play. You don't have to say go out and lose the game, boys. We like overtly without the players kind of thinking this is going to be a tough afternoon. This, and then as you say, it only needs you put it in for the first 10 minutes. You don't score the goal. It only needs a slight mess up, and that's exactly what happened. And as you said, the heads go down. They then look at all the issues. We've looked at all the issues, right? In that first half, all of the positivity from the last couple of weeks has completely gone. And then the players will be exactly the same. They'll look at that and think, okay, now we've lost Rodgers. We're losing Ollie. We've lost Digne. We've lost this. What's the point? What's the point? Like, we've got nothing going forward. We've got no striker. All these thoughts are going through a player's head. If they're going through the supporters' heads, they're going through the players' heads. And we've gone from to positive. We've got such and such great start, blah, 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 and then we've gone, well, we haven't bought enough good players. We've waited too long. We've done this. We've done that. Like, we've gone through all of that in the space of 45 minutes. So the players, they can already see that that's the situation before the game's even started. So it doesn't take much for them to think, we ain't winning this game. We are not winning this game. And that's exactly what's transpired. Now, you might think a week's training, a couple of players in, the team against Arsenal after a more than a week of training will be different. Suzuki will probably be in there. Ruggieri might be in there. Wan-Bissaka might be available. Maggio might be fit. So there might be one or two players that are in that are different to today. But I honestly think that they knew they weren't winning this game. I really do.
Well, if that's the case, like, you have to point the finger at the players, because mental wise, you should go in like, yeah, we're still good enough. Let's go and go at them. But if we've gone into it with this attitude of, we're not going to win, it's first game of the season, lads, like, let's just see what we can do, and then next week when players come in the door, we're going to be a lot better. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're the best mentality person up here. If you're going into an attitude of, we're not going to win today, well, clearly you're going to get battered, and it's just embarrassing to say that. Like, I can take losing on the chin as long as anyone gives 100%. I can take it on the chin all day long. But I cannot accept that first half performance, Rich. Like, first 10 minutes, we were really good. We looked lively. I felt like Buendia should have played as a false 9. Let Kamara, Gomez, Barkley be like a midfield 3. But instead, we put Barkley up top. Buendia is playing in the 10, which I don't mind it. But at the same time, when we look at our options, we should have been a bit better selection-wise. I know what the players are there and available. Probably no lineup is the right lineup, but maybe selection-wise, position-wise, if you get me, like, we should have just really put Buendia in the false 9, let Barkley, Gomez, Kamara be in midfield, let us settle. I would have took a gamble on starting Ruggieri, and I know Wan-Bissaka wasn't fit, but I would have took a gamble on starting Ruggieri and Suzuki today, just for that, impact, that sign and impact. Like, yes, I'm here now, I'm going to cement my place. And we just haven't done that. And I know we've been unfortunate with Rami and Maggio being injured and the Watkins situation that's going on. But maybe playing Alisson, who's rapid, as we've all been saying.
Totally agree.
Put the ball in behind.
You could
let him run onto it.
I mean, he's got bloody McGinn isolated out on that right-hand side. He could have played McGinn up front. And Alisson out on the right-hand side. He's got him isolated on the right-hand side anyway. So whether he's isolated on the right or isolated in the middle, it would have probably been better in being up through the middle, because at least he could have dropped into midfield. He can't do anything from that right-hand side. And at least Alisson would have been a bit more pacey and given a bit more threat. Let me just go through some comments, because there's so many coming through. Get 3 more sent off, game abandoned, and only a 3-0 defeat, says Davey. Gordo says Gomez has to remember he plays for Aston Villa, not Wolves. Small-time mentality, so used to a relegation dogfight. Well, there might be people in the comments saying he could be in a relegation dogfight this season. Power's been awful today, says Rich. Adam says away from home, show respect or get found out. Games done, says Power's had a nightmare. He also says, stop overthinking this. We start off well and got caught out twice. It's small margins just to get through this game and not concede anymore. But, I mean, that's just... We're 4-0 down now, and that's the point. Danny says there's enough experience out there, Rich. Understand disruptions have affected, but this is the English Premier League. Pop says there are players on the bench who Unai should have trusted. This is a new Villa. Unai trying to revive last season's Villa. It's so different. It's so difficult, isn't it, to not get carried away? But I mean, when it's kind of people who say they trust Unai, in everything and trust him implicitly and all this kind of stuff, is that a little bit deluded? Like, do we have to give Unai criticism where it's warranted?
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes the manager has to take accountability, and sometimes you do have to point the finger at the manager, regardless of winning the Europa League last season. He still has to be held accountable at times, and this is going to be one of them days today.
Yeah, well, second half has kicked off. There isn't any changes by the looks of it.
Well, what
So
could
we
we
sent
make?
them
What do you
back
mean?
out.
Could we realistically make?
We had over 200 in the chat during that first halftime break. Still got over 160 in the chat. So if you're watching and you haven't already, please do hit the like button and do hit the subscribe button. Thank you for bearing through this game with us. It is not an easy watch, I can tell you that now. But please do smash a like and hit the subscribe button and keep your comments flowing through. We'll try and get through as many as we can. And Villa will try and get through this second half. McGinn is coming forward. He's playing a through ball looking for Hemmings, but the defended well. And it's going to be backs to the wall here, isn't it? We're going to see who has got a little bit of character. Because they need to show it. They need to show it in this half. It's going to be a training exercise for Brighton. 11v10. 4-0 up.
If we magically get a draw or a win out of this game, I will gladly do the next podcast I'm on, Gary Lineker style, in my jocks.
I can say with 100% certainty that you will not be doing a podcast in your boxer shorts. We are not scoring 5 goals in the second half with 10 men.
Right, you can hold me to it if we do.
You've managed to find some optimism from somewhere, and I don't know where you found that from.
I'm just trying to find anything positive today, Rich. I'm trying to look at the glass half full, not half empty.
So, Brighton,
thank you to the 150 plus people still watching with us.
I know.
Your loyalty, unquestioned.
Yeah, I was so encouraged with the first 10 minutes as well. But I did say as we were watching the game, if you don't score in that little spell when you've not got a recognised forward, you're struggling, because now, and especially now we're down to 10 men. The other team can just take risks because you're not going to punish them in behind. What's frustrating me as well a little bit is we had so much joy in the first 5 to 10 minutes of going down that left-hand side with Maatsen overlapping, that all of a sudden he just stopped doing it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, when something's working, why not keep going at it?
Offside.
You know, I mean, it really is a strange game, football, sometimes.
It is.
There's Zion Suzuki they're showing on the bench with Ruggieri as well.
Yeah, and Mings. Joey, how can you criticise Unai? He's doing what he can at the minute. Players to come back. If Onana, Maggio, and Goretzka were there, then yes. Premier League, I agree, and we've punished plenty of other teams. But you can also say that he's potentially got the team wrong. We've given some other options that he could have played in attacking positions. Oh, McGinn, that's terrible.
Poor pass. And the fans are singing there, Villa. They're trying to uplift the team.
Yeah. Like I say, you can't get too down and dour after this situation.
No.
It was a horrible first half. Horrible. I think the other issue is looking slightly ahead is Arsenal on the bank holiday Monday, mate, and that is going to be a difficult game.
Definitely going to need bodies in for that one, Rich, because if we go the first 2 games losing, I know I'm not comparing to last season, but we
headed over by Torres for a corner.
We could be playing catch up.
We will. Adam says, "How done was Gomez though?" Yeah, he was. I mean, I don't think I've seen a worse in terms of outcomes. I don't think I've seen a worse league debut for a club than Gomez. Worst league debut for Villa than Gomez. I mean, at 4-0 down, you also do a ridiculous thing where you're displaying that you want the player to get a booking, so you get a silly booking there. and then you completely lose your head because McGinn had to go over to him twice to tell him to calm down, and that still doesn't work. And you stood someone in the chest. I mean, it was completely ridiculous. Should have been 5 there.
Been 5.
And without criticizing without criticizing McGinn in any way, shape, or form, this is where him as a captain, not being necessarily a vocal captain and being more of a play by example captain and get hold of the ball type captain, this is where those type of captains don't come through as much because we aren't getting him on the ball, so he isn't able to show the battling qualities that he's got. And he's not rollicking people. He's not like getting in people's faces. He's not rallying the troops because that's not what his personality is. Whereas, someone like a Mings would be like shouting at the players, would be pulling them together. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Maatsen coming through now. Maatsen hits the shot. Oh, it's wide.
Ooh. Good effort.
Good effort. Hemmings did quite well there to play him through as well. Gets shoved off the ball there, Hemmings. I mean, it was probably going to be covered by the goalkeeper, but slightly more encouraging for Aston Villa there. I think someone else in the chat as well, Martin, said about, are you worried about the pace or the lack of at centre back? Now, I'm not saying that the goals have necessarily come from a lack of pace, but is that something that would concern you right now with Lindelof and Torres as the centre back partnership?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, if Ordonez comes, like, he's meant to be very quick, apparently. I 100% welcome it, or even Howard Bellis, who's supposed you have to have a bit of pace. Like, you need one centre back at least that and have that bit of pace to deal with runs in behind. I mean, Konza did it so well, even though Konza wasn't exactly the quickest, but he had a little bit of that acceleration and edge just to come for corner, just to give us that bit of help. And we're really showing that we're missing that today.
I mean, McGinn's been way off it as well today. I know he's had a couple of efforts, but he's been way off it.
Look at the line from Cash. Jesus Christ.
I know. Cash. He done this against PSG. I mean, like, what is he doing at the minute?
Can he not see that there's no one in front of him? If he doesn't see anybody in front of him, right, I'm keeping people on side. Move up.
I know. Right, corner to Brighton here. Unnecessarily given as well. And Pascal Gross to take it. Clipped in. Beezer. I thought he'd give it away. Then Beezer, I thought it had gone from his legs.
I thought it was gone behind him.
No, you can't be giving a handball for that.
I can't give that a handball. I can't even see the thing.
Cash now goes up the line looking for McGinn. McGinn looking to hold it up and plays it into Kamara. Kamara back to McGinn. Holds it up back to Cash now. Hemmings trying to make a move, but Cash just holds on to it. It's not really any options right now because we've only got 10 players and we've got no one really up front.
We're not even making any movements though. Like, we just look very rigid.
Barkley now. McGinn. Again. Keeps it though. There's no movement in behind. Hemmings is trying to make a movement. Hemmings is in.
There you go.
Striding into the box. Cuts it back. There's no one running in.
There.
Maatsen, no battling for it.
Ref
goes over. Nah. That was actually good play from Hemmings. Oh,
great.
Buendia's. What's happened to Buendia there?
Villa fell for Villa. What? He's gonna Brighton's way? That's a great tackle.
I'm not sure what he's given the ref there. I couldn't tell you.
I think he gave a Brighton free kick.
Hemmings held his run really well. Lovely ball, actually, from McGinn there. And I've got to give McGinn credit. It was a great ball in. Great ball through. And then Hemmings does the right thing. Could Kamara have committed a little bit? Could Kamara have committed a little bit further forward there?
Yeah. Or even Buendia to kind of stop his run.
Yeah, we'll have to get Brighton back at the return game.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean, there's obviously been a little bit of an easing off from Brighton here. But Villa, again, first 10 minutes of this second half have been slightly more encouraging, down to 10 men and 4-0 down, let's say. Was slightly more encouraging because it might still be, but there was a lot of fears that it was going to be ridiculous. Ball over the top, caught the wrong side, Hemmings, but he was offside, clearly offside. Gomez. I thought, when is the linesman going to put his flag up? He might not have been, Cash.
Cash again, man. Jesus. McGinn, don't foul him there. Yeah, it's all right, done enough.
Yeah, but we haven't got enough players up with him, have we?
No,
it's going to be like unless we can get like a little bit of a late run or something like that, we're just going to be like this all the time. Like it's going to be ones and twos in terms of pressing. Be interesting to see at 60 minutes if Emery makes changes, because it can't be. I mean, Barkley hasn't moved outside that centre circle.
No, I put Alisson up top. Maybe put Matson further forward with Jerry going at left back.
Through. Here we go. Oh, Cash just gets a foot on it. Hinchelwood brings it down. Bouncing in the box. Clipped her over by Gross to the back post. Gomez will pick it up. He loses out to Hemmings and wins it back. Pulled him back there, I thought. Cross in again. This time again. And Villa can maybe clear it now. McGinn gets the throw in off Gross.
As I was saying just before that was going, I'd maybe put Matson further forward on the left. There's Alisson warming up now. Put him up top. Put Ruggieri left back. Maybe even put a Garnacho there on the right wing. Get McGinn into midfield. Have the bite. Just get something going again.
Yeah.
Just give us something to look forward to for the next game now.
Yeah, can't do anything any worse, can they?
No.
I mean,
you can only go up from here.
Yeah. I tell you what, there's some people conning their living out of football. Who's that coach there standing with the subs warming up? I mean, what is he going to do?
I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he should play.
Yeah.
Go up and support Matson. Can't press on his own.
It's going to open up again. Unless we make some subs now, it's going to open up again.
100%.
Crossfield ball to Gomez. Clipped in. Kamara just leaves a leg out. Matt wins the next tackle though. But Lewis Dunk wins it back for Brighton. Ball back out wide. I think that's Hinchelwood. Down to Gomez. Rutter, but Barkley wins it back. Brighton win it back again though. Buendia can't get hold of the ball. It's coming straight back again now after, like I said, a little bit of a flurry. But at the minute, the spaces are opening up again for Brighton. We're hanging on here for dear life at the minute.
Just make some changes now. Jesus Christ.
It just looks like we're going to get picked off at any minute. Brighton just playing with the ball just inside the Villa final third. Just waiting for their time. It's Dunk, clips it into the box. And it almost goes straight through, and Beezer has to palm it behind. He had to leave it late there.
Yeah, one of them, if it goes past everybody and you're not expecting it, don't take any chances in catching it if you don't feel confident.
Do
Yeah.
you know what winds me up as well?
What?
I mean, I'm not particularly picking on him, but you look at Matson there on that replay, and like he sees where the ball's going to go, and it's lucky that Bezos did tip it round the post, but he's just jogging. He's just jogging into that position. It's like it's
Yeah,
as if, oh, I've done my job, headed down, and it's harmlessly wide. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's
yeah.
like
The
I'm not just
laziness. What happens if there
yeah.
was a back runner? Like, what happens
Exactly. What? Yeah, you're not aware of anyone else around you. You're just all you're doing is looking at what's happening with that ball, and you're lucky that he's tipped around the post because all you're doing is ambling back, ball watching.
exactly.
And it just winds me up so much about some of the, and it's not just him. It's there's multiple players that do it. It just winds me up. It's a lack of professionalism, and if that's your job, like it's poor.
Throw into Villa. Oh, can we make some changes? Give me something to look forward to.
Yeah, we need some changes. Bring Burrows on. Burrows could go up front. Meant to be a striker.
True. True. I still feel like we definitely should have signed a striker.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. I mean, he's obviously had this fixation with Nicholas Jackson, so you would have assumed that even if I know they were banging on about this 45-day rule, and then they wouldn't have to look into the
I
Morgan
still
Rogers
would have done it.
deal and all this. Yeah, just do it, because if you know you're going to sell Watkins, you're going to make that money back anyway. So you should have just done it.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to sell Watkins for what? This so-called £52 million and Jackson's going to be 65. Like, you're getting your money back.
No. That you can tell we're just chatting here because there's not really a lot going on. Brighton just passing the ball across their halfway line. Switch
More
pass
entertainment
now,
watching
though,
paint dry
and
at this
it's
minute.
out for a throw in. And there's been no substitutions made yet, apart from Brighton are about to make a double substitution, so they're going to make changes. Villa not yet ready to make any changes. Do you think there's just a general chat? Do you think there's again an argument now to make the transfer deadline before the start of the season?
Say that again, sorry.
Do you think there's an argument again to make the transfer deadline day before the start of the season, rather than it being like
the league's tried it before, but then when you've got other leagues that don't do it, and they say there's like Philippe Coutinho, for example. Remember that when we did it, and then Barcelona were looking for Coutinho after a deadline was finished, and clubs had to say no because we won't get a replacement.
Yeah,
So
no, when we were saying about getting business done,
all across the board, I'd say yeah, but if it's not, I'd have to say no.
it's just I don't think it's realistic to ask for it to be done. It's just that,
like, unless you did like,
I think there's more. I just think there's more of a scope for these managers.
Yeah,
like even De Zerbi yesterday, he kind of knew they weren't going to win that game. He knew it. He just knew. He was like, the players aren't in physical condition. We haven't got the right type of players in yet, and blah blah blah. Like, it's almost like they're writing off a couple of games in the season already.
Yeah, I almost feel like unless you did it in a way that as soon as the season finishes, transfer window
set
opens,
back,
and then
off the post,
offside.
Offside.
Offside. Thank God.
Bloody hell! Has he just come on as well? He's literally just come on. That number 19, Costulas. He was there last season. He didn't play very often.
Oh yeah, he's off just about. Yeah.
Yeah, cramming the content, yeah. Yeah, unprofessional to not be ready. Is it still looking at it with VAR?
It's offside, we can see it.
Who cares? Beyond caring at the minute.
Yeah, true.
I mean, one thing, we lost 5-1 to Newcastle, didn't we? That one opening day of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still finished fourth.
Yeah.
And we had 5 games at the start of last season where we couldn't even score a goal. Still finished fourth.
Exactly. Free kick to Villa.
But I would just really love it if we ever got off to a strong start, though. Do you know what I mean? That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would. It would. That being said, you know, after that 5-1 defeat against Newcastle, we did go up. We did have a strong start to that season.
Yeah.
Oh, Barkley. Picked up by Visa. So into the last third of the game, still 4-0 to Brighton. No substitutions made by Villa. Still trying to play out from the back. Oh, my word. Kamara does really well to get out of it, though. Cash now, running forward, finds George Hemmings. Hemmings now plays it out to Cash. It's not got any options. Still keeping hold of the ball. Goes back to Hemmings again. It's like if you can't get through on that first opportunity, you're not going to get through, are you?
No. Like, you get to the area, players come back, and then we pass backwards, team resets itself, and then rinse and repeat.
Oh, Wendy is in. Still going to be blocked out of it. He finds Maatsen. Maatsen's not pushed off the ball there, is he? Gets a corner to Villa. The frustrating thing about this is that not that they've needed to, so I will put that in there. They haven't needed to, but Brighton haven't played particularly well.
No, but like I said, we've just been terrible.
Barkley headers over. I want to see a couple of substitutions at least, just like you say, mate, just to give a bit of give a chance to a couple of the young lads. If you don't want to throw on Ruggieri and Garnacho or whatever, put Burrows on, put Tristan Rowe, give him a little bit of a game. Buendia steps in nicely. Cash to Barkley. Barkley to Pau Torres. Into Hemmings, back to Barkley. And Barkley out to Cash. It's good movement by Hemmings there. He has been better this second half, George Hemmings.
Yeah, he's looked a bit more controlled.
Battles well. Keeps the ball. Just can't get away from the player.
Looking for the foul, but nothing in it for me.
Nah, there's no foul. I'd take Kamara though. He looks like he's labouring. Yeah, no out ball. Yeah, we aren't scoring today, I don't think. Please do smash a like. We've still got almost 150 of you in the chat, so thank you for sticking with us. It is not lost on us that we're trying to talk about something. We're trying to cling on to any positives. It's difficult commentating on this because it was such a terrible, terrible, terrible first half. And ultimately, the game is over. The game was over after 20 minutes, really, as soon as it hit 2-0. But we're trying our best.
Next 6 fixtures: Arsenal, Hull, Forest, Spurs, Brentford, and Newcastle. And it's laughing at us. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, if there's one thing you need to get your season back on track. It's to beat the champions. Gomez with the shot. It's miles over.
That is very true. Home game, Villa Park under the lights, Monday night.
All the cliches in one.
All of them.
Couple of new signings.
Villa Park under the lights, Monday night. That's a 3-1 out of a Chinese. Is it me, or is this second half gone like a little bit quicker than the first because we haven't really conceded any goals?
Yeah, better. Seeing this stat, it's in our group.
What is it?
Aston Villa, the second team in Premier League history to concede 4 goals, receive a red card, and score an own goal in the first half of a match. After Southampton versus Man United in February 2021, they lost 9-0.
We're bringing on Mings and
so we scored an own goal. We conceded 4. We went down to 10 men.
And now the players that we're bringing on is Bogard and Mings.
Yeah.
Lord help us.
Man City are still losing against Bournemouth. McGinn picks it up. McGinn's been awful this game. He's had one good pass through to Hemmings. Have the subs come on yet?
No. But it just annoys me that you're bringing on Mings and Bogard when I know you want to keep the games so you don't concede anymore, but like at least be a bit proactive, like in going forward to make some subs.
I mean, Bogard's going to come on for what? Barkley. And then Mings will come on for Torres.
Yeah, I can imagine that, all right.
Oh, Beezer is offside.
That rule annoys me. You have to wait. Like if you know he's offside, just put the flag up. Here we go. Yeah, Barkley coming off for Bogard. And Pau Torres from Mings. Yep. Like for like subs.
Right, into the 75th minute. 4-0 Brighton. Villa down to 10 men.
This really does feel like some last day vibes, doesn't it? This what the score should have been in the final leg against City, funny enough.
Been slightly more encouraged with some of the performances in the second half. I know that's very easy to say after you're 4-0 down and Brighton have took their foot well and truly off the gas.
But we've done enough not to concede more, and
at the moment we have,
yeah, not going into a complete capitulation.
Yeah, but Hemmings has been better in this second half.
Midfield's been a bit better,
which I've been pleased with. Kamara's come into it a little bit more as the game's gone on. Buendia's still worked hard. Can't fault his effort. Matson's been better going forward when he can.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No.
Unlucky from
I
Kamara, but
just
Brighton coming through.
he's been a bit unlucky with the second ball, Kamara, hasn't he?
Yeah. Still kept it in play. Cash trying to step in. Mings, is that Mings or is that Lindelof?
Lindelof.
Yeah, gets the throw in for Villa. So yeah, a little bit more character shown. You know, because I do feel like if another team could have really turned the screw here and just put it on Villa, and would have been 7 or 8-0. Striker back from injury. I think Majo's back pretty soon.
I don't think Majo's back till September.
I don't think. Yeah, I know, but it's September next week, mate. I don't think he'll be back for the Arsenal game. Put it that way.
No.
Wait, what was up with Tammy anyway? I never saw this injury that he got in the Mönchengladbach game.
No clue. No clue.
I mean, people in the chat can let me know, but I don't know what was up with. People can tell me what was wrong with.
I didn't even see any news about it or nothing.
Brighton are in down the sides here. Cross comes in. Lindelof gets it clear, headed away. Overhead kick over the bar.
Yeah.
I think he's given a free kick yet. I don't know what was up with Tammy. I mean, everyone was just saying he's not going to be fit. He's not going to be fit, but I don't know what the injury was.
No, I didn't even see any news from like Tanswell or any Villa website saying what the injury is. Nothing. Like just, I don't know how it got out, but I didn't see anything about what the injury was. 2 more subs for Brighton.
Yeah, 2 subs for Brighton. Johanna and Osman for De Kuyper and Weaver. Just over 12 minutes to go of the 90. Still over 100 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know it's been a difficult one because this second half has really just turned into a bit of a non-event. I think Martin and I have just been chatting, really trying to just discuss little bits and trying to just see what any positives we can take from this. And I think we've been kind of nervous throughout, really, just saying, please don't concede any more goals.
Yeah, just show a bit of character in the second half. Just go out, don't lose it. That's pretty much all you can do, really, isn't it, when you're 4-0 down the first half?
Yeah. With 10 men.
With 10 men.
Brighton breaking now after a free kick from Villa. 2 subs combining here. Maatsen trying to get back. Bogard trying to get back. He's had a poor touch there, and McGinn stepped in. And he's looking for a free kick, but he's not going to get anything there.
He's looking for a penalty.
No, penalty, sorry. And then McGinn gets the free kick. He just lost his first touch there, and then you ain't getting past McGinn. Is that a pen? I think he's just strong.
You've seen it being given, but it's just a case of he's been stronger. No penalty, says the referee.
No, it's all these hand movements, man. Just get on with it.
He's just interpreting for the deaf community like myself. You know, you have to do the sign languages.
He doesn't know that camera's on him, though, at that point.
Or does he? Are they looking at it?
I don't know.
They said it was no pen.
Yeah, he's saying carry on. Oh, nice play from Buendia. Hemmings getting through, battling on. It doesn't quite come off for him there, but he gets the throw in. He needs to be a bit clever at trying to win the foul.
Mm.
Looks like there's going to be a couple of subs, is there, for Villa? Yeah. Ruggieri's coming on.
Ruggieri and Allison. Matson coming off.
Matson off. Matson been okay for you today?
First 5 minutes, he showed us glimpses of overlapping, and I thought he was great. But after that, I didn't. The decision that he made, I feel like his game kind of dropped off. But second half,
I totally forgot about that throw-in.
Yeah,
that was the most ridiculous decision I think I've ever seen someone make for a throw-in.
Yeah,
like you're on your halfway line, and you can go forward up the line, or you can go back to the goal line, and he chose back to the goal line. I mean, it's the most ridiculous decision I think I've ever seen from a throw-in.
Yeah, and then second half, I thought he did okay. Just kind of kept it tight, but a few lazy moments.
Yeah, he had that one shot, didn't he, in the second half?
Yeah. And McGinn for you?
McGinn's been poor. McGinn's been poor. I always say away from home, if we're not dominating the midfield and he's in that right-hand channel, he's isolated. I always say it. And it's a waste. It's a waste of his position, and it's a waste of a player for him. You know, when we're at home and we're pushing forward and driving forward, and he can drift in from that right-hand side, he's involved in everything, and he can pin players back and all that kind of stuff. But when we're away from home, too many times when McGinn's in that position, he's just anonymous, and then when he gets the ball, because he hasn't had the ball for very long, he feels a bit pressured to do something with it, and he gives it away. And I feel like he's given the ball away too much today. He had one really good pass through to
Emmons.
Yeah.
Fair assessment.
But
the height of Ruggieri, though, the difference between him and Matson.
It's a big lad, isn't it?
Jesus. The Italian Dan Bourne.
Yeah. Yes. Out to the wide player. And he gives it away to Kamara, who almost gives it away. Finds Cash, but Villa messing around with it.
Man City scored 1-0.
Bogard gives it away, but Cash just boots it. And it's picked up inside the Brighton half. And Villa just not really looking to attack at all here, just trying to keep some sort of defensive line. And just let him. It's basically attack the V defense, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really much to kind of go off today, is there? Other than the fact that we had a complete capitulation in the first half, switching off. Second half, we've been a bit better, but in saying that, we had our chances, didn't take them, and got punished in the end.
100%. It's just attack v defense at the minute. It's like one of them training drills that you do where you go, right, defensive team, you've got 10 men. Attacking team, you've got 11 men. You've got to try and break them down. Defensive team, you've got to try and keep organised. That's basically what it's like.
Yeah.
Switch ball. Kept in play. Cash comes out to him, and it's a throw into Brighton. Into the last 5 minutes. Looks like Garnacho's coming on for Villa. Who's this guy coming on for Brighton? This little guy?
I'm just wondering, why didn't we just make these subs a bit sooner, just to be a bit proactive?
Malik Yakugi. Garnacho coming off on for Buendia. He's had a thankless task, hasn't he, Buendia? I mean, he played well in the first half and looked really sharp off the shoulder, and then as soon as we went down to 10 men here, he's just, I don't think he's hardly had a touch, but he's just been running around up front trying to put any sort of pressure on he can. It's not been an easy game for Buendia. Bizot claims it well. Rolls out to Cash. Cash up the line, looking for Allison in behind. But the keeper just easily picks that up. And now Brighton have got possession again. What do you think Unai will say post-match? A few people in the comments talking about that. What do you think Unai's post-match comments will be like?
I can imagine he's probably going to say there's players to come in. I feel like he'll probably put on a brave face like he did pre-match. Don't think it'd be anything too dissimilar. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's much to say about that first half. Like, it was just a complete capitulation. As soon as that first goal went in, and you said it yourself, sometimes you can't legislate for that. I think there's mistakes that could have been made. I think there's mistakes that have been made with the starting lineup. I think he could have played a couple of other players and given a bit of a freshness to the team. I do think he could have done that. But yeah, I think he'll just say it's one game. It was a poor. I think he'll say that we started the game well. We didn't take our chances, and then we made mistakes at key times that let Brighton in and ultimately lost the game for us. And then he'll probably talk about he wanted the team to keep the structure. He'll say something about structure, I can guarantee you. And he'll say that we managed to keep it in the second half. Yeah.
We have to keep our structure. We got to keep the system.
That's what he'll say. He'll say something like that. Yeah. Any bright points? Anyone deserve a shout out for like a man of the match performance, or was done okay for you?
Who can you give man of the match here? Good tackle, Allison.
Gives it away.
The thing is, I don't know who to give man of the match to. I mean, everyone's just been the exact same, haven't they? I mean,
everyone's been poor. Everyone's made a mistake at a certain point.
Yeah.
People have been sloppy with the ball. I'm just trying to think of someone who's been less bad than the others.
Maybe Hemmings.
He was very quiet in the first half. He's been okay in the second half.
Buendia, he looked like he was a bit up for it at times.
Yeah, maybe Buendia's been okay in a difficult position for him. I've been disappointed with Kamara. I've been disappointed with McGinn.
Lindelof, maybe.
Yeah, just I don't know. I think both centre halves. If you concede in 4 goals, I just don't think anyone in. I mean, I was thinking has Maatsen been reasonable, but you concede in 4 goals as a defensive unit, it's just poor.
Yeah,
and Maatsen that throw in alone just is ridiculous. So yeah, maybe Buendia has been okay. Header saved by Bizot.
Zion's
and Adam's right. It's absolute schoolboy errors. It's not mistakes, is it? It's absolute schoolboy errors. Diving in. Torres just diving in on that second goal. I mean, what are you doing?
Oh, go on. Oh, no, you'd be offside, Garnacho.
Offside.
Poor pass, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Buendia probably the most reasonable performance out of all of them. Hinshaw would get a man of the match.
Probably deservedly so. He got 2 goals, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player.
He'd be a player I wouldn't mind at Villa, he's a bit tenacious.
Just gets on with his work, yeah.
Yeah.
He can play in a lot of different positions.
That's it. Play across front four, yeah. Wouldn't be a bad show.
He's played in midfield as well, hasn't he? He's played everywhere.
Yeah, he's one of them utility players, isn't he? You can just put him anywhere and he'll do a job.
Yeah. Good tracking by Allison there.
Yeah,
so 5 minutes of injury time. A completely nothing game, but yeah, Brighton, absolutely fair play to them. Took their chances, rode a little bit of a I wouldn't say a storm. I'd say a little bit of a ripple of a wave in the first 10 minutes from Villa, where Buendia really should have scored. We had a couple of other opportunities, but as soon as they knew we weren't going to score and we didn't have a threat in behind, they've just been ruthless, put their foot on the gas, pushed an extra body forward and totally punished us. We made it very easy for them by making complete schoolboy errors. And
Man City just scored again. Sorry, 2-1.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We've completely gifted them goals, and as soon as it's 2-0, the game's pretty much over. Particularly with the team that we had and the lack of options that we've got going forward at the moment. Yeah. It was always going to be game over as soon as it went to 2-0. The only way we were going to really win this game, Martin, or have any chance of winning this game, was to maybe stay in it at 0-0 and try and nick something late on. That was probably the only way, or to score early on and just cling on and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That was really the only way.
Probably was going to be the only way we were going to do it, but
we weren't going to dominate the ball. We weren't going to, we weren't going to be a Man City and dominate possession. We weren't going to be dangerous in behind on the break.
The first 10 minutes.
Yeah, if we'd have scored in that first 10 minutes, we might have had more of an opportunity. We'd have had something to cling on to. Players would have been buzzing around, a bit more positive. But as we've said so many times, as soon as that first goal went in, as soon as the second goal went in, the heads just dropped because they knew that we didn't have the options to get them back into winning this game. And mentality went downhill.
Yeah, this is it. So next game now is crucial. Next few days is going to be crucial in the transfer market. I know it's a cliche that we keep saying, but unfortunately it's true, isn't it? I mean, evidence is now in the pudding here. We have to go and get the players we want to get and do it fast.
Putting the performance against Arsenal without Joao Gomez, 3-game ban as well. It's just a completely ridiculous situation.
Yeah.
Headed over the bar. That'll be it. 4-0. Well, at least we didn't concede in the second half, mate.
Yeah, bro. At least we didn't concede the second half. At least we didn't make a total embarrassment out of ourselves, even though we did embarrass ourselves in the first 30 minutes. Any positives going into next week, though, for you, Rich?
I think that's the only positive is really that we didn't concede in the second half, mate. We've kept it to 4-0 with 10 men. We've kind of stifled. Well, say that they're going forward at the minute. It's a free kick to Brighton. I thought the game was done then. Just that really, that we've managed to show a bit of character. I know Brighton have totally stepped off the gas. Games won for them, energy conservation, all that kind of stuff. But at least we haven't, as I'm saying that now, yet conceded in the second half.
Yeah, I think the positive for me next week is that we showed this character. We showed that we can be tight at the back, and we're just going to need to bring that into next week. Goretzka, obviously, to come in, he's due to do a medical, so hopefully he'll play next week. Throw him straight in. Zion Suzuki, Ruggieri to play straight away, and there goes the final whistle. Definitely get a striker. Unai Emery's going straight down. He is not wasting any time going to that dressing room.
Yeah, Well, fair play to Brighton, fair play to Hursley. He's managed to get under Unai's skin somehow. And yeah, convincing victory for them. Game 1 after sort of 35 minutes, 4-0 up. Can take your foot off the gas. Can enjoy your second half. Perfect start to them for the season. Villa, a lot of soul searching to do. Yeah, we can talk about bringing players in and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately those players on the pitch need to take a look at themselves and say, did they do enough? Did they battle enough? Did they want it enough? Because that is just not good enough. But as I say, you know, we were staring down the barrel at halftime, mate. We were absolutely staring down the barrel, thinking that's going to be 7 or 8, 10 men, 4-0. You know, we've managed to somehow not concede any more goals.
Yeah.
As I say, Brighton definitely took the foot off the gas. They didn't really have any chances in the second half. Villa had 1 or 2 shots, but game was completely over. But that first half was embarrassing, and I don't want to ever see that ever again, regardless of who plays, what substitution or what transfers we're making, what's the starting lineup. The way that they capitulated after that first goal was embarrassing, I'm afraid, and can't see that ever. We can't see that again. We cannot see that again. You know, as I say, that 5-1 defeat against Newcastle, that was more of a freak result. We had the injury to Tyrone Mings. We were attacking. We were going forward. We were just very naive on the break. The one today was just a complete and utter shambles, total shambles.
Yeah, I mean, going forward, we didn't really offer much, apart from the first 10 minutes, of course, which I know we keep harping on about. But even after that, we just no options, no movement. We didn't. I felt like we just should have started Alisson. Just go for it. I mean, he's got that pace. It's just you can't have to point the finger at one way on Unai Emery to say that maybe the position-wise and options and the players, he got it wrong. And
yeah,
everyone is to blame here. And like I say, we need to be now in the next few days of this transfer window properly proactive.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well. From Be Happy, we'll then end the stream in a minute, and I'll do my quick match reaction. But I agree with that. Once we saw Gomez, once McGinn's gone over to him twice, and he's got already got a yellow card. I think he probably should have took him off.
Yeah, should have done, but like I said, we weren't proactive enough, were we?
You can't, you know, he could clearly see he was over stimulated in the game. He was way over the top. He'd already put that other challenge in as well, where you said he was lucky. Where he was late. He'd already put that challenge in as well. Yeah, he was terrible. He was absolutely terrible today. Absolutely terrible. And he'll learn from it. He's got 3 games. He's got 3 games to learn from it. He's gonna miss Arsenal, Hull, and Nottingham Forest. So anyway, thank you, Martin. Thanks everyone in the chat. I will be jumping on quickly to do my instant reaction, so check out that. And I'm also going to do another show, probably the day after, a bit of a reflections show, reflections video. So look out for that as well coming through. But yeah, that's it from us. I'm very, very sorry that we couldn't bring you a victory. It was a shocking performance in the first half, and then a completely nothing game in the second half. 4-0, not the start that we wanted to the season. A lot of work to do. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help us continue on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. And as always, remember, win, lose, or draw, we all follow the Villa.